Good people, it's So Wig out here. It's installing yet another wig, but this one is quite different from any of the others that I've ever installed on my channel, and that is because we are going to be installing a braided wig, y'all. First of all, look, I love what's called a Fulani braids. Fulani braids, they originate in Fula from the Fulani people, and it's ultimately a cornrow down the center of your head, and then you kind of design from that. And I've always wanted to wear Fulani braids, but the way my head is set up, I'm not going to be able to sit there that long and have all that tension and tightness. And so for me, these are perfect. Now listen, I get that people think that braided wigs are not the thing, but look, you don't have to worry about it. If you got time like that, then you do you, but we installing this one today. It did come from a company called WeQueen. This is probably my fourth wig from this company. I just feel like they're very much like affordable luxury. I've got several braided wigs. This one is the most inexpensive, and yet and still is probably one of the most beautiful. It's 26 inches and it's made on a frontal. I've already been wearing it, and so I've added just a few pieces of jewelry and beads. And so what we're gonna do is show you guys how I'm going to install it. I think the main and most important thing is to make sure that your hair is laid down nice and flat. And so I am going to do my braiding pattern for you guys here on camera, and then do a little bit of a voiceover all while I am preparing to put this wig on. I am not going to be using any glue or adhesive or anything else like that. Just a really good braiding pattern and also a wig grip. I'm also going to add a wig cap. I mean, that's really totally optional, but it's kind of my thing. Now, when you get the wig, it does come on a frontal. Like the front part is a frontal. And so I did have to cut the lace off. It also had some baby hairs, but that's really not my vibe. So I cut those off. And so we are just going to braid this hair down, and then we are going to install.
Now, after I got my hair all detangled, then I decided to start with my braiding pattern. I do leave a small section out from the rest of my braids at the top of my head, and then right below where the part is, or where it ends from that top section that's sectioned off, I start my braid there and kind of go around my ear, and I allow those braids to meet up in the back. And from there you can take needle and thread to secure it, but what I've done is just take a few hairpins and just pinned it in there to make sure it was nice and secure. I think the biggest thing here is just to make sure your hair is nice and flat. The thicker your hair is, the smaller the braids.
All right, now that I've got my hair braided in the back, I still have this little section out the front that I've left out. And the reason I leave this part out is because I want these braids in the very top to go all the way flat but back. The reason being is because I have that little cornrow that's gonna sit right here on this part. And then there's a braid that goes this way. And had I started my braids from right here, it wouldn't lay as flat as I want it to. And so I'm going to just split this in half, and then I am going to do these cornrows backwards. All right, guys, now that I've got my hair nice and flat, I am going to take my handy dandy wig cap, and I'm just going to place this on like I would with any other wig that I'm wearing. And the color option is really up to you, but because I do have brown skin, I prefer a brown wig cap. Another option that you have that I feel like I have to do is take a little bit of edge control, and I just take my little brush here, and I am going to just brush my edges right into my braid. The reason I like to do this is because I do cut off all the baby hairs on the wig, and so I feel like when I do this, it looks like it's just going right into the braid of the wig. And so another option you have, but I find very important, is a wig grip. Now I like these because it's a piece of velvet that pushes against the wig, so it creates like a traction so that your wig can't slip. And you can find these at your local beauty supply store, on Amazon, and eventually sewwigged.com will have the option of wearing these. But because I don't wear any adhesive or glue, most likely I'm wearing a wig grip. And so I am just going to place this on. And it is Velcro, so you just kind of adjust it to where you want it. And I'm going up just a bit behind my hairline. And now for the magic. This is a 1B30, 26-inch synthetic Kanukalon Fulani braided wig. And so I am just going to put it on like I put on any other wig. There is a comb in the very back that I will tuck underneath my wig grip, and then I'll begin to adjust it everywhere else. Woo, you see how fast that was? And so now I will just take the sides like I explained earlier and adjust it to where it looks like it's braided right into the Fulani braids. On both sides, make sure my center is centered. And that's it, guys. That's it. I can leave it like this. I feel like the knots are pre-bleached enough to where I don't have to do anything else to it. Or I can take a little bit of makeup and kind of place it in the parts. And so I would just use my powder. I wouldn't use a concealer or anything wet, but just something that adds that color, but yet is so soft it almost mimics a scalp. And so this is my old, used up, but it's still flawless Bare Minimals powder. So I'll just add this on. All right, good people, this is my final look. Here's my top. I did add a few more rings to the front just because it's the look that I enjoy. And so as a reminder, there is no glue or adhesive, just a wig grip, wig cap, and a pretty solid braiding pattern. Again, this is 26 inches. I am 5 feet, 8 inches tall, and this is how long it comes past my bum, y'all. Ooh, ooh. Yes, ma'am. Another thing I don't think I mentioned is that even though this is 26 inches and super full, it is incredibly lightweight. So if the wind were to blow or something was to go down like that, you're not gonna see a bunch of stuff underneath the cap. It is quite full, yet and still, it's not holding my head down. Ooh. So that's it. If you have any questions, let me know. Again, it's WeQueen.com, and you're always welcome to use my discount code, SewWigged out. Let me know if you have any questions. Bye.